Sorry, I mean on camera. I'm very polite. So every time I've seen this happen, the 5 times I've seen it happen, it's always black families that do this, using their money. You don't see white people out here handing out food. I don't know whether they're too selfish or what it is. But it's always the black families, the compassionate people. Like I always say, the true Israelites, the true chosen people of God. And that's my opinion. And from what I've seen of their works, I think it's more than an opinion. Guys reporting. Undercover homeless, live on location. I'm currently at the Greyhound Amtrak station in New Orleans, Louisiana. And like I said, I'm undercover. Well, undercover, I'm living amongst the homeless, as you can see. Getting the story, getting the real story that most people or nobody wants to do. It's too uncomfortable. Go live with the homeless. See their struggles. Find out how they survive. All right, and today I just happened to, and I've come across this a few times. All right, there's families out there that take their time and their money and they feed the homeless. Okay, it's about the 5th meal that I've gotten. Mostly they'll have a place like tonight. This must be where this family goes every Saturday night. They have a catering business, barbecue, ribs, chicken. They sell at sporting events and special events and things like that. But once a week, the family comes down and they feed the homeless at their expense and their time. All right, and my phone was dead, and I wanted to eat this so bad, but I walked. It's been about 20 minutes since I had this, but I wanted to get this and document it and show you. All right, so here we go. This is. Every time I get a meal like this, it makes me cry. It does. It makes me cry. Chicken and some rice and some bread. And I did cheat and ate a little of the rice, but it's so good, man. It's so good. Let me see. Wow. Sorry, I mean on camera. I'm very polite. So every time I've seen this happen, the 5 times I've seen it happen, it's always black families that do this, using their money. You don't see white people out here handing out food. I don't know whether they're too selfish or what it is. But it's always the black families, the compassionate people. Like I always say, the true Israelites, the true chosen people of God. And that's my opinion. And from what I've seen of their works, I think it's more than an opinion. So I just had to show you this magnificent meal. I mean, just it breaks my heart every time. It breaks my heart. It just makes my heart, I should say. Every time I walk away crying, literally I start crying. That to see the kindness from people to do something like this, it's just amazing.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I'd like to give all glory and praise and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect, men, women, children all over the 4 corners of the earth. Okay, shalom, shalom. This is real quick. Have a quick little video that I'm gonna show, but just hit a couple of scriptures real quick and get straight to it. Not gonna make it long at all. This is Psalms 83 and verse 2. It says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their heads." Okay, so our enemies have came together, okay, and they still link up and come together and try to do what? Come up with certain laws and plans to do what? To keep the Lord's chosen people at a halt, at a standstill, okay? Because they want to continue to be in rulership, right? They don't want you to be in ruling over them, okay? No matter what they say, you know that, right? So they get together and they come up with all these different laws and plans, and they put it into motion to keep the Lord's chosen people lost to the best that they can. Okay, but Yahweh Shemal Shai, of course, going to seal the elect, through, gonna go through and pick out his elect, because they can't touch his elect, but that they're trying, and they're gonna continue to try. Okay, but they don't know that they just fall right on into prophecy. See, Yahweh Shemal Shai already said what would happen, and then they just play right along into it. But since I said that real quick, let me get this one real quick. Um, Give me 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, cause they know exactly who we are. They know that you so-called blacks, Latino, Native American are the Lord's chosen people, right? Just like we know that they're our enemies. Okay, this is oh yeah, this is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. See? To turn away, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. See, so they come together and they get together and come up with these different laws, and then they put it out, and it goes against the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai. They want to keep us going off. That's something that your enemy would do. That's not something that your brother would do. That's not something that your friend would do. Okay, somebody that truly cares about you and want you to be better. That ain't no. That's something that your enemy would do. So we know that Esau, the so-called white man, is our enemy. Okay, along with the other nations. Okay, also we know that they know that we are the Lord's chosen people. Okay, you so-called blacks, Latino, Native American. You are the Lord's chosen people. The elect is going to be delivered out of those people. Okay, and our enemy know that. That's why they want to keep us in the traps and keep us entangled so that we can't do what? Call on our true power, Yahweh by Shema Shai. Okay, they want to keep us lost in the sauce. You know, want to keep us neck deep. Barely enough room to breathe in wickedness. That's what they want to do. Okay. So back in Psalms uh 83 and 2, it says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And that hate goes all the way back to what? Jacob and Esau. That hate goes all the way back there. And Yahweh Shemal Shah has allowed that hate to continue up to now, and will continue until Yahweh Shah deliver the elect and destroy them. Okay? That's what Yahweh Shemal Shah has allowed. Okay? It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. See? They have taken a crafty counsel. They get together amongst themselves, and they come up with what? Ways to keep our people down and to destroy our people. Okay? That's what they do, you know? And it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemal Shah, because he controlled the left hand side and the right hand side and the left side. Okay? He allowed them to do so much. Okay? You know? So guess what? We on the winning team. We're on the winning side. They're on a losing battle, a losing side, and they're gonna lose and fail big time. Okay? It says uh uh they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. See, something that your enemy would do. Who have taken crafty counsel against us, okay? In the past and still to this day, okay? Our enemies, all the heathen nations, starting with Esau, okay? It says, and consulted against thy hidden ones, the Israelites. Okay, that's who they come against. It says they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. See, they never wanted us to know who we were. Okay, that's why that clip was so. It was a great clip that the apostles um showed, where these higher ups got out of the limo, and basically said, we spent millions to hide this from you guys. How did you find this out? You know, so they been knowing who we were. Okay, they knew who we were when they threw us in chains in that hardcore slavery. They knew that we was not their people. That's not something you do to your own people. That's something you do to your enemies. That's why we're going to do it to them. Okay? Why? Because they're our enemies. We know who they are, and they know who we are. Okay? Simple as that, you know. It's there's no big there's no secret, okay, to the men that know, that's in the know and pushing y'all by Shemal Shah. It's Jakes out there that know it, but without even they know it without even knowing it. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. See? That they will be no more in remembrance. And then the first tribe is Edom, who did this. Okay? Go to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and 60. So like it. Let's see. Deuteronomy 28 and 68 is the point, but one second. Now, yeah, just straight to 68. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. See, we were sold unto our enemies on no cargo slave ship when we came over here into this Egypt that we're living in now. Okay, by the way of ships, them slave ships, and we won't see our homeland no more until Yahweh Shai come back and deliver us, and no one will be able to help us, and no one did help us. Okay, only somebody that we have to turn to is Yahweh Bashem Shai. See, and the Lord is forcing. He's forcing both sides right now. He's forcing the elect to call on him, and he's forcing the enemies to show their hand, to show who they really are. Okay, but we were sold into our enemies. Your enemy put you in chains. Our enemies are the one that took and fed the babies to the alligators. Our enemies did that. Our enemies was the ones that would do all the horrible deaths to us and tortures to us. Okay, to you so-called blacks, and guess what? That's nothing that your friend would ever do. That's nothing that your brother would ever do. Okay, women that at from the age of 12 telling the woman that if she have 15 kids by the age however she would be after 15 kids, and then would grant her freedom. That's something that your enemy would do, just so that he could what uh, 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 add more slaves to his plantation. These are things that your enemy would do, and they've been knowing that we are the Lord's chosen people, and we know that they what are our enemies. So one more real quick. Let's see. Joel 2. Joel chapter 2 and 27, it says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, your power, and none else. The Lord said, know that I'm going to be in the midst, and that I'm your power and none else. Because the Lord ain't with the other nations. He's not their power. Okay, he's our power. Okay, this is only for you so-called blacks, Latino, Native American. Okay, and the scriptures also this should tell you that he didn't give it to them. This is only ours. Okay, it says, and none else. It says, and my people shall never be ashamed. Right, when the Lord delivers us, we're gonna be able to enjoy the fatness of the earth. We're gonna be able to enjoy the crops and the things that the Lord brings straight naturally from the ground up. Okay, we're gonna be able to enjoy. We're gonna be able to enjoy the actual pleasures. Okay, of this world that was intended for us to enjoy. It says, and it shall And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. That's right. According to you so-called blacks, Latino, Native American, and also upon thy servants and upon thy handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. The Lord he shows our enemy things. Okay, you know. Hey, well, guess what? Our enemies, Esau been seeing the chariots. Okay, he been seeing the chariots, but guess what? The Lord have intensified and showed it that and allowed what more people to see, not just Esau seeing it. He's showing it to the whole world now. Okay, more and more. It says It says, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood, fire, and pillars of smoke. See, those signs, like I said, in the chariot sightings, okay, the moon, the blood moon, the wolf moons, the Lord showing all these sightings. These wildfires that's growing every year. The wildfire what we had in Australia, in California, these things are just intensifying. The earthquakes, everything is becoming more and more. That's the Lord showing his spirit. Okay? And the people and our enemies know it. They know who we are, we know who they are. Okay? You cannot take the Lord's chosen and just do what you want to do with them and think that it's okay. It's a price that's gonna be paid. But I just wanted to hit those few scriptures, and I'm gonna show this little video, okay, of Esau, trying to hide in, amongst the people and disguise itself, but he know who we are, okay. And the first thing I thought of, the first thing I thought of when I seen it was a few weeks back at camp, maybe about three weeks back at camp. Me and Karatazar was talking like, what's wrong with this guy, man? The guy came up with in a stroller, baby stroller, had it covered, couldn't see nothing in it, and just sat down and sat there for about 20 minutes, got up, walked off. You could tell he wasn't homeless, you know. But that's how this devil do, okay? But in the clip, he's saying the right thing, some good stuff. He, saying that we are the Israelites. And we know that we are the Israelites. We know that we the Lord chosen people now because the Lord left that remnant and the elect is calling out to Yahweh Shema Shai. You know? Yeah, so with that, I'm gonna end it. Pray that this was edifying. Like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace and safety to the elect. Shalom.